2008, financial crisis, and when Uber, Airbnb, and when all of these guys were born, really has come from crisis before. And I think you've absolutely hit the nail on the head.
I've seen it a lot on social media, on people's Instagrams, is that I've seen a lot of people starting side hustles. So what are your thoughts, being somebody who's in the startup game, and which we'll come on to a little bit later, about people turning side hustles into more full-time occupations? And do you think we're going to see a shift in the number of people in employment as employees for companies now?
Gurmej, well, it's a pleasure to be on. So thanks very much for inviting me. As you say, the sun's out today, fortunately for January, so it's a good start, hopefully, to the year. But it's a really poignant and interesting subject to start on. I mean, I think there was a lot, especially when lockdown started last year. We saw about what came out after 2008, financial crisis, and when Uber, Airbnb, and when all of these guys were born, really has come from crisis before. And I think you've absolutely hit the nail on the head in terms of more people have really had time, in the last sort of 9, 10, 11 months now to look at what they're doing. Are they happy with their work? We don't have to go to the workplace anymore, and that frees up a lot of time. Granted, you've got to spend time with family, or you've got to set something else up. But I think from what I've seen, working in an accelerator and working on a funding platform with my main business, Kaiku, that a lot more opportunities are coming through. And you don't necessarily have to be an expert in everything you're starting, because this is where the opportunity is coming from. So I think it's a really interesting point. I mean, in terms of, we're seeing more and more, and Birmingham's a great example for this. Birmingham has the second highest number of startup registrations in the country, outside London, which is just amazing. But we've never seen that in the local environment in terms of really sort of getting up to scale up phase, because people come down to London. But we're seeing more and more companies coming out at the moment that need that sort of thing. And to sort of give you some examples, the accelerator that I'm involved with in Birmingham enterprise community, a lot of the businesses that have been doing really well, and we've had through more recent cohorts, really did start out like that, maybe 3-4 years ago. One of them, and I think that Don will mind me saying, Evolved Snacks, which is a healthy snack brand that really has been sort of rocketing in its growth. And a lot of this period has been more opportunity rather than an excuse to sort of hide up. It's just we've seen a lot of positives through it.